All right, today we're tackling a problem that I guarantee plagues just about every business out there. And we're going to do it by digging into something called digital knowledge management. So let's kick things off with a situation that's probably all too familiar. I'm talking about that daily, soul-crushing hunt for information inside your own company. You know the feeling, right? Where's that report? What's the latest policy on this? Did anyone see that sales deck? It's the same question bouncing around offices, Slack, emails, you name it, every single day. And it just stops productivity dead. So how much time are we actually talking about here? Get ready for this. 2 hours, not a week, but every single day. That's the staggering amount of time research shows the average employee wastes just looking for stuff. And look, this is way more than just a small annoyance. It's a huge drain on everything, your company's resources, its productivity, and honestly, its morale. I mean, just think about it for a second. That's a quarter of your workday gone. Not spent doing things, but just looking for them. It's crazy, right? There has to be a better way. Well, there is. And this is exactly where digital knowledge management, or DKM for short, comes into the picture. The best way to think about it is like you're building a centralized, searchable brain for your entire company. It's all about finally taming that chaos. Okay, so what's the official definition? Well, DKM is basically the entire system. It's everything your company does to collect, organize, and then share its knowledge. And the goal? Super simple. It's to make sure all that valuable information doesn't just get lost or buried in some random folder, but that it's actually easy to find and, useful when you need it. And this is really the key point. This isn't just about hoarding data like some digital pack rat. Nope. It's all about creating a smooth, seamless flow of information. The whole idea is to get the right info to the right person at the right time. That's it. So they can actually do their job. Now, when we say knowledge, what are we really talking about? Well, it pretty much breaks down into two big buckets. First, you've got your internal knowledge. This is all the stuff your team needs to get work done. Think SOPs, training materials, company policies. But it also includes that really valuable, tricky stuff called tacit knowledge. It's that gut feeling or know-how an experienced employee has that's almost impossible to write down in a manual. Then, on the other side, you've got your customer-facing knowledge. This is everything you put out there for your customers: FAQs, product info, pricing, all that good stuff. A really solid system has to manage both of these flawlessly. Okay, so this all sounds great, but is it worth the effort? Why should a company actually pour time and money into this? Well, let me tell you, the payoff is absolutely huge, and it goes way, way beyond just finding files a little bit faster. When you have a solid DKM system, you get a serious strategic advantage. Your operations just run smoother because processes are clear and standardized. Collaboration gets a huge boost because you're tearing down those information silos between teams. Your employees, they're way happier and more likely to stick around because they aren't constantly frustrated. It even fuels their own growth by making learning easy. And it makes your brand look amazing by giving customers consistent, accurate answers every time. And that really gets to the heart of it. We're not just talking about an IT project here or some fancy digital filing cabinet. No way. This is a fundamental key to unlocking higher business performance and real long-term growth. It's that important. But, of course, to get there, you're going to need a plan. So, if I've sold you on the why, let's dive into the how. What does it actually take to build one of these systems? Here's a quick look at a 7-step action plan to get you started. All right, so first things first, putting a system like this in place is definitely a journey, not a one-and-done project. You've got to start by defining your goals. What do you actually want to achieve? Then you take a hard look at what you're already doing and where the gaps are. After that, it's all about building a real strategy, picking the right platforms, and then the big one, actually capturing all that knowledge and organizing it. But the work doesn't stop there. The most important part is creating a culture of sharing and constantly reviewing and updating everything to make sure it stays fresh and useful. Okay, but let's be real for a second. No big project is ever that easy, right? There are always going to be some challenges. So it's super smart to know what the common roadblocks are so you can see them coming and plan around them. So here are the big 4 hurdles you're likely to face. Number 1, outdated technology. If your systems are old and clunky, it's a project killer right there. 2, a lack of integration. If your tools don't talk to each other, you're just creating more silos, not fixing them. 3, outdated content. This is a big one. If information is wrong or irrelevant, people will just stop using the system, period.
And finally, you can't just expect people to share their knowledge. You have to create a culture that encourages and rewards them for it. It won't happen by itself.
So, what's the bottom line here? Let's wrap this up. A well-built digital knowledge management system is so much more than just a tool. It's a truly transformative thing for a business. It empowers your employees, it makes your brand stronger, and it just makes everything, the entire business, run a whole lot smoother. So, I'm going to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Remember that tacit knowledge we talked about earlier? All that incredible experience and know-how that lives inside your employees' heads? That is, without a doubt, your company's most valuable asset. And if you don't have a system to capture and share it, well, that asset gets up and walks right out the door every single night. The real question is, can you afford to let that happen?